Hello everybody, it's Teri. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I encapsulated these dried flowers I got from Amazon using dip powder. So keep watching. So I'm going to be using this UNT peel off base coat, and this is just going to allow me to quickly remove this dip powder set once I'm finished, because I don't want to wear these for a long time. If you do want to wear these for 2 to 3 weeks, which is the normal amount of time dip powder usually lasts, please check out my previous video of how I prep my nails for dip powders. I will link it in the cards and in the description box. So be sure to check out that video if you want this manicure to last a long time. So I'm just going to apply one coat of this base coat and let it dry. Then I'm going to apply some nail tips because I want my nails to be a little bit longer. It takes a little bit longer for these nail tips to dry since I'm using this peel off base coat. So I have to hold it for about 20 to 30 seconds for it to finally adhere to my nail. So I'm just going to trim and shape the nail tips to the length that I want, and I'm doing square nails this time. I'm using Rossi's white dip powder and Azure's clear dip powder, and I'm also using the dip powder liquids from the Azure kit I got from Amazon, and I will link everything I use below in the description box. And I'm just going to start off by applying the base where the nail tip and my natural nails meet, and then I'm just going to dip in the powder. I'm going to be applying the dried flowers to my ring finger and my middle finger. So I was going to do this nail completely clear, which is why I'm using the Azure clear dip powder to start to build up the nail, but color really highlighted that my nails were stained. So I ended up dipping my nails in the white powder so I can kind of cover those stains up. So you'll see me do that later. But when you're using tips, you want to slowly work your way towards the cuticle, so the cuticle area won't be super bulky when you finish doing your dip. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm slowly building up the nail, slowly working my way down to the cuticle, and as you can see, I started dipping my nail in the white Rossi powder. So I'm doing the same thing for my middle finger. I'm using the base to slowly work down my nail and dipping it in the white powder so I can cover up those stains on my nails. So I picked up these dried flowers from Amazon. They were $7 and it came with this set of flowers as well as another set of flowers. I will link what I purchased below in the description box if you're interested in picking these up. So I'm going to pick the bright neon summery flowers so they can really pop against the white base. I actually applied the activator at this step because I'm going to be applying several more layers of dip powder, and I want to make sure these bottom layers are fully cured. So I kind of messed up at this point. I should have brought the white dip powder all the way down to my cuticle before I started putting the flowers on, but I didn't. But I ended up fixing it later. But I just applied the same base, and it's basically a glue. So after I applied the base, I just stuck these little flowers and flower pieces on my nails randomly, and then push them down with my tweezers and my fingers to make sure everything was flat. And then I'm applying the base again, and I'm getting ready to dip my nails in the clear dip powder. But be careful, don't go over the flowers as many times as I did, because as you can see, the pink flower kind of started to bleed on my white base. So just be careful with that. And then I dipped it into the clear to encapsulate the flowers. So I'm going to apply the base again, and I'm going to go all the way down to my cuticles, and I'm going to end up covering that cuticle area with white. And I'm also going to dip the flowers into the clear dip powder to encapsulate them again. And I'm just taking a cuticle pusher to only put white on the areas that wasn't covered up from the beginning, and then I'm dipping it into that clear. So I'm applying the base coat one more time, and I'm going to dip the entire thing into the clear dip powder. And this is just to make sure that when I start filing, that I'm not filing the flowers off. And I decided to apply a couple more white flower pieces towards the cuticle area. And just tapping off the excess powder, and then once that dries for about a minute, I will go back with a makeup brush and remove any excess powder. So as you can see, I didn't make the same mistake on my middle finger. I ended up covering the whole nail with white, and then I applied my base coat and started sticking the flower pieces on my nail. So I just used 2 big flowers and then cut up some small pieces of these little green flowers and some white flowers, and just stuck those randomly on the nail and pushed them down with my tweezers, trying to get them as flat as possible so the base will glide on pretty smooth. after all the flowers are sticking down, I'm going to use that base liquid one more time, and then I'm going to dip it in the clear powder to encapsulate the flowers. And I tried not to go over it as many times as I did the other nail because I don't want the flowers to bleed. I want to do several layers of clear on top of the flowers because I tend to file a lot and I don't want to file off any of the flowers. So next I'm taking the activator, and the activator just hardens the dip powder so you can file it. And I'm just going to apply that over the top of the nail. And I'm going to allow the activator to dry 2 to 3 minutes, and then I will start filing. You'll know the activator is dry if you tap on it and it has like that hard tapping sound, then you know that's completely cured. So I didn't show too much of this because I'm still learning how to use an e-file, but I have this safety bit and I'm going to slowly go around my cuticle area and then smooth out the top of the nail with the safety bit. And then I'm going to take a hand file to file down the sides of my nails. And I'm pretty much going for a square shape today, so I'm going to smooth out any bumps and uneven surfaces and before I apply my top coat. So I'm definitely not the best at filing. I'm trying to get better at it, but it just always seems to not end up like I want it to look. But I tried my best. Once I'm happy with the shape of my nails, I'm going to take a buffer, and I didn't show that on this video, but I just take a buffer and buff the nails to smooth out any harsh scratches from filing. And this is going to make the top coat go on very smoothly. And you're not going to see any scratches once you're finished. So I'm just using the top coat that came in the Azure Dip Powder kit, and then I'm going to apply the top coat twice. So the first time I apply the top coat, I'm going to go over it quickly in 2 to 3 strokes, and then I'm going to let that dry for 2 to 3 minutes. And I go over the nails again with another coat of top coat, and this time I'm going to be more detailed. And this is basically because you don't want the activator to harden the brush, but I actually didn't apply activator again after I filed because I felt like it was still pretty good from the first time I applied it, so I just kind of skipped that step. But this extra layer of top coat just kind of makes your nails extra shiny. And this is the final look of my encapsulated flower dip nails. Again, my filing could be a lot better, but I think they turned out pretty cute. Let me know what you think down below. Will you try this look out? Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me. And I will see you next time. Bye.